It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth a hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. So nice to have you here today. We've got two outstanding elementary teams. Today, we're going to find out who moves on to become the last of the final four in this year's elementary school competition. Started with 40 schools, we're almost down to the final four. Let's meet today's teams. First from Templeton Elementary, would you please say hello to Aisha Rodriguez Akande, Cassier Wabashat, and Dalton Wills Mooney. And from Tulip Grove Elementary School, say hello to Fallon Travers, Jerome Holness, and Addison Queen. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty. Easier questions on the left, 5 and 10 pointers. Increasingly more difficult, 15, 20, and then 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. Then to the 2 rounds today, we will have a team to move on to possibly come that 4th and final finalist. Let's go over and make sure everything is working properly. Let's go to Templeton. Cassier, would you try your buzzer for me, please? It looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Dalton, and to Aisha. And Tulip Grove, Jerome, how about the green teams? A-OK over there, too. You're all holding on to each other. I know it's going to be a good game today. Good luck to you, to Fallon, and to Addison. Congratulations, guys. This is the end of the competition, and you've made it this far. That says you are just great players. Let's have a good game. We go alphabetically, T-E before T-U. So Templeton and Cassier, let's play.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Teams, there is a chemical called aqua regia, which means royal water. It's a mix of acids, nitric and hydrochloric, and it is a chemical that can dissolve this most precious of metals with the symbol AU. Tulip Grove.
Gold.
Yes, it can dissolve gold. Aqua regia, used by alchemists, the Harry Potter type people. Go, Tulip Grove.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, if you study botany, you can specialize. Some botanists become palynologists. They study pollen, real and fossilized, and they also study these reproductive units that are produced by mushrooms that are similar to pollen. Spores. Fungi reproduced by spores as opposed to pollen with the flowering plants. Go again, green.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20 points. All right, teams. There is an animal in Africa called the rock hyrax. It looks like a groundhog. You'd never know it, but its closest relative is this largest land animal in Africa, a pachyderm. It's related to a what? Cassier.
An elephant?
An elephant, that's right. It seems illogical. Here's this furry little thing, but its body structure, its organs, its feet, everything resemble an elephant. Go red. 70 to 60, you have a lead.
Okay. Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. All right, teams, you might have watched the Super Bowl when there was a commercial with Aquaman, Jason Momoa. And as he walked home, he started getting rid of these, including his pecs, his delts, his biceps. What was he shedding, Templeton?
His fins?
Not his fins, no. Tulip Grove.
Muscles?
His muscles, yeah. You know, he's this big guy, and he was taken off. It was amazing how they did that. So he got home, and he was this skinny little guy sitting there having a beer watching TV. All right, go green.
Body systems for 20.
Body assistance for 20 points. Teams, if you break a bone, but it doesn't break all the way through, it is almost like trying to bend a stick on a tree that is green that doesn't quite break. So they call that kind of break a green stick what? Tulip Grove.
Fracture?
Fracture, that's it. Thank you, Fallon. Good answer. Good help there. Go.
Zuperate for 15.
Zuperate for 15 points. All right, teams. If you didn't know any better, you would think that the winner of the Best Picture at the Academy Awards this year was all about leeches and ticks and mites and other creatures that suck fluids from another creature.
Parasite?
Templeton.
Parasite.
Parasites.
Parasite?
Parasite, that's it, yes indeed. Of course, it wasn't about anything like that. It was a Korean movie that it was subtitled, but if you didn't know any better, you went in, but maybe this is a nature movie. All right, 85-90, close game, go red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. All right, teams, here's your question. Back in 1960, a group of scientists got together and they thought they had an idea. They thought they knew that salmon that live in the ocean found their way back where they were born by sight. Well, after a long experiment, they found out it wasn't by sight, it was by smell. So as a result of that experiment, they disproved their own what? Someone's got to ring in.
Theory.
Not theory, good try. Tulip Grove, they disproved their own what?
Idea?
Hypothesis. Hypothesis. Come on, guys, I knew you know that one. Knew that one. Go red. Cassier, go.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. You knew it was coming. You knew it. KFC now is making a plant-based what?
Burger.
Templeton?
Burger. Burger.
Not burger, no. Tyrone, KFC, you knew it was coming. They're now producing a plant-based what?
Chicken?
Chicken, yes. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. All right, go green.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25 points. Big one in that category. All right, teams, two-part answer. We know elephants can't fly, but Dumbo could. Dumbo had ears that were big enough that it generated enough of what? 2 forces to get him up and going. 2 forces. Need them both. Tulip Grove, talk among yourselves in case I have to come to you. What 2 forces got Dumbo off the ground and going? Dalton, are you going to answer? What do you got?
I have dust, and I would like to pass it to Cassier.
Oh, okay. Cassier? She said, don't do that to me. You rang in. Does someone have an idea? Don't ring in unless you have an idea. Tulip Grove, what 2 forces got Dumbo up and going? Lift and thrust. Lift and thrust. Go green. Whoop. Buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. It is a close game. 85 for Templeton, 95 for Tulip Grove. We've got some tough questions here. We'll be back with more of them and information about our players in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. We enjoy having you here today in this, our 34th year of competition here in Prince George's Schools. And we've got 6 great young people here today playing for the honor that they're bringing their school, but also they hope to go on and take the county championship. Let's go meet our team from Templeton Elementary. And boy, are they dressed for the Science Bowl. They're wearing lab coats over there. They look like scientists already. Cassier, tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Ebony Harris.
Wonderful. And I think she's here today. And I know how proud she is of all of you. And I know how hard you work to prepare for this, Saturdays included. Tell me, are there alternates on your team? Can you give me their first names?
Oliver, Wisdom, and Michael.
Wonderful. So you have a shadow team out there. Did you guys play each other? Ever?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do this. Tell me something about Templeton that's very special, that you like. You can't wait to go to school in the morning because?
What I like about our school is that they offer after-school programs, and our teachers are very supportful.
Yes.
And it's a diverse school. So
It is. And you do have great teachers there, and your coach, Miss Alzate, is just remarkable. And I know you would not be here were it not for her. And Mercy, thank you for all that you've done for Science Bowl. And I have to ask about your lab coats. Whose idea was that, Cassier?
Our sponsor, Ms. Lynch.
Yeah, but they look just wonderful. Before I leave you, Cassie, tell me what you'd like to do someday.
I'd like to be a neurologist because the brain is a very important part of your body, and it's very interesting, personally. And I like to help people with any brain problems.
Yes, and you know, the brain is a great mystery to us. You know, we all have one, and yet it is so complex, and so you're going to join a field where the answers are certainly all not known. You're a good captain. Keep up your good work here. Aisha, tell us why you wanted to be on the Science Bowl.
The reason why I want to be on the Science Bowl is because I always had a passion for science, and what I like about it is because even if you know many information about science, you could always add more knowledge to your brain because there's always something you may not know.
Absolutely. And science it feeds into everything. If you understand science, you understand more about your body, you understand how things work, and there's a certain calmness that comes from that. And you are a violinist, yes?
Yes.
Cassie is a violinist, and Dalton is a violinist. And I asked, did you have to be a violinist to be on the team? They said, no, that's just coincidental, I guess, huh? Aisha, what do you want to do someday?
Well, in the future, I would like to be a heart surgeon. The reason why I would like to be a heart surgeon is because the heart takes over like majority of the body, and if something's wrong with it, I don't want people to be sad because they have health problems, but for they to be happy that they're still alive.
Yeah, the heart works so hard, never takes a break our whole life, and so it's an important organ and one of the leading causes of disease here in America. So I know you're going to make a difference, young lady. Dalton, nice to have you here today. How long have you been playing the violin?
I've been playing it for about 2 years now.
Yeah, why the violin?
Because originally I wanted to play saxophone,
Yeah.
but I couldn't because I had severe asthma.
Well, that
And
makes
then-
sense, that makes sense. Do you like the violin?
Yes, it's pretty good.
Beautiful sound. Tell me what you do in your spare time, Dalton.
I like to type.
Mhm.
I like to read.
Yeah?
Sometimes I like to read books about science.
Yeah. Well, you're in the right place and you really prepared well. You like to read chapter books, is that right? That's what
Yes.
you told me? Good. Nice to have you here today. Let's go over to the Tulip Grove team, and they have won twice already. The Templeton team got a bye in the first round of competition because their team had done so well last year. Jerome, tell us about Tulip Grove. Kind of a brand new school over there, yeah? Tell us who your principal is.
Jamie Coffin.
Jamie, and she is here today. She couldn't be prouder of you, and I like your matching shirts over there. Who made those for you?
Mr. Allen, I think.
Mr. Allen, and he's your sponsor, is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Allen really stepped up and made a big difference in this Tulip Grove team, and I think this is the first time you've made it this far in the competition in our 34 years. So you guys are real trailblazers. You're local heroes over there. Tell me something about Tulip Grove that we think you think everybody should know.
Well, the teachers, they're really kind and they make learning really fun by putting games in, like when we learn.
Absolutely right. And you have living plants in the building, like plant walls in there. That's really an arresting sight. Any alternates on your team? First names, Jerome.
Julia and Elizabeth.
Wonderful. We'll meet them in a few moments with your principal and your sponsor who comes out here. Someday, Jerome, you're going to do what?
Well, I want to be an animator.
That's right. You want to do cartoons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A great skill. A great skill. And much in demand today. I mean, animated movies, they oftentimes outshine those with the live actors. Addison, you're a softball player, yeah? Or a volleyball player?
I play volleyball like for clinics, but I'm not on a team.
You're not on a team, okay? And you told me earlier that you hope one day to develop your own cosmetics, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to know a lot about chemistry. So science is going to serve you well. Yeah, nice to have you back again. And Fallon, you want to be a heart doctor as well, cardiologist, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get interested in that?
Well, I was watching a show with my sister, and I saw how like they would save people's lives, and I thought it was really cool to do that. So I decided that's what I wanted to do.
If you think about it, doctors, they literally have our lives in their hands by what they can do. So their skill set has to be great, and it takes dedicated students like you to grow up to be in positions of that kind of responsibility. I know you can do it. You're a great player. Let's get back to the game. Tulip Grove has 95. Templeton has 85. Lots of points to give away. Last correct answer came from the green team. So Jerome, let's go.
Body systems for 25.
Body assistance for 25 points. Teams, this most contagious disease on earth that is also a childhood disease can erase the memory of your immune system meaning that you are now open to more viruses and bacteria. Name that disease. Cassier.
Chickenpox.
Not chickenpox. Good try. Tulip Grove.
The flu?
Measles. Measles. You were very close, Aisha. Very close. Go again. Green.
Zuparade for 25.
Zuparade, 25. Big one in that category. Teams, you know, if you're kind of dull looking as an animal, that would seem to be good camouflage because you could blend into the background. But it turns out that the best camouflage is the flashiest, something that sparkles because it distracts the predators. I'll give you 25 points if you can spell camouflage. All right, the word is camouflage. Who's going to be my speller, Jerome?
I can do it.
All right, so for 25 points, say the word for me, please, nice and loud.
Camouflage.
One more time.
Camouflage.
Camouflage. Yes, go ahead. And have a spelling for me in case I have to come to you. Talk softly. Okay, Jerome.
Camouflage. CAMOFLAGE.
Very close, very close. Templeton, you can get 25 points if you can spell correctly camouflage.
I'll pass it to Aisha.
Aisha, she's pointing at you. All right, say the word for me.
Camouflage.
One more.
Camouflage.
Okay.
CAMOFLAUGE.
Boy, no one knows where to put that U. It's CAMOUFLAGE. Camouflage. I know you'll remember that next time. Go green. Tyrone, no points. Come on, we don't have any points yet. Go.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, they say money does not grow on trees, but it does grow on bushes because a bush that produces this white, fluffy fiber that is used in dollar bills is important to the U.S. Mint. Jerome.
Cotton.
Cotton, yeah, cotton fibers that we put in the 1 and the 5 and the 10 and the bigger bills too. Go green.
Green things for 25.
Green things, 25, big one in that category. Teams, you know what a terrarium is. You know what an aquarium is. There's also a solarium. But if you have a collection of dead plants in a book, in a folder, what kind of H-initialed arium do you have? That's called a herbarium. A herbarium. Go again, green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. This strange-looking salamander called an axolotl is bizarre. This one is albino in a sense, but the real mystery of this animal, if it loses an eye, if it loses a gill, if it loses an internal organ or a limb, they all grow back. What is that known as? Templeton?
Regenerate.
Regenerate or regeneration? Yes, indeed. Go red. Cassier?
Okay, science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Two-part answer. A few years ago, school children across America were given 2 packs of tomato seeds. One was here on Earth. The other tomato seeds had been flown on the space shuttle. They came back because they wanted everybody to plant them to see if there was a difference between the ones that had been in space and the ones that stayed down here on Earth. Just like your science experiments that you designed for the science fair, because you have one thing that is different and another one that is kind of the same, what do we call those 2 parts of the experiment where we're comparing one to another? A test and a control. A test and a control. The test seeds went up into space. The control seeds were down here on Earth. When you do your science fair experiments, if you don't do that, you're going to get points taken off. Go, red.
Zuparade for 10.
Zuparade for 10 points. All right, teams. Locusts travel in swarms. Starlings travel in flocks. Fish travel in schools, showing that for animals, there is safety in what? Yeah.
The group?
Again?
The group?
We'll give it to you. Safety in a group. The phrase is safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. But the judges say we will accept group. Go green. Thanks, Fallon.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, there are some very nasty diseases out there. SARS, S-A-R-S. MERS, M-E-R-S. Like the coronavirus, these all attack what body systems represented by the R's in SARS and MERS? What are initial body system, Tulip Grove?
Respiratory system.
Respiratory, that's it short. Go green.
Let's go physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. All right, teams. Recently, the fastest flight ever by airplane that was not a supersonic plane went from New York to London. It went in 4 hours and 53 minutes instead of 7 hours because it was traveling 825 miles an hour. It was being pushed along by what river of air up above that pushes things over toward the east and controls our weather? Jerome.
Past Addison.
What, Addison?
Air currents?
Well, I need the name of a specific air current. Cassier.
Air pressure?
It's called the jet stream. The jet stream. Go again, green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. All right, teams. The moon is a natural one of these that orbits the Earth. It's up there along with a lot of artificial ones that orbit the Earth. What are they known as? Something that orbits the Earth. A satellite. A satellite. Moon is a natural satellite, and of course we have hundreds of satellites up there, communication satellites, weather satellites. Okay, green, let's go.
Dateline science for 25.
25 in Dateline. Look at the monitor, please. The largest turtle that ever lived. The fossil of it was found recently. Look at that man next to it. You can see how massive this is. You're looking at the shell or the carapace of the turtle. I'll give you 25 points if you can give me the two groups of bones that are fused together underneath a turtle's shell. The two groups of bones that are fused together underneath the turtle shell. Now just think about it. Come on, think about the anatomy of an animal. What bones would be fused together? It's the spine and the ribs. The spine and the ribs are fused together because, you know, if you look inside a turtle, it doesn't have a normal skeleton like we do. It does, but it's part of that shell. Go again, green.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, before tweets and texts and emails, there was another code that people used to communicate. Yes?
Morse code.
Morse code, that's right, yeah. Dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, dot, dot. SOS. First message, what hath God wrought? Go. Red.
Dateline
10 points
science.
back.
Okay. Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. In the lead, here it is. Teams, your question. Vaping. They've discovered it's even worse than first thought because it delivers 5 times as amount of this addicting chemical as a cigarette
Tobacco.
does.
No.
Templeton?
Nicotine.
Nicotine is right. Yes, go Templeton.
Yes.
Okay. Green things for 10.
Green things, 10 points. Teams, this word, which is a synonym for origins, is a plant part that was the title of Alex Haley's famous book and TV series about slavery. Name it. Roots. Roots. Go again, red.
Okay. Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Teams, male men and male women take an oath. Neither gloom of night, nor heat, nor rain, nor this form of frozen precipitation, Jerome?
Snow.
Snow will keep us from our appointed rounds. Good. Green. High
Science,
score, 140.
science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, there's a new TV series called The Expanding Universe of Ashley Garcia. She is your age. She's already earned 2 PhDs. She's got a new job as a robotics engineer out in California on this TV show. And she got the job because she knew so much about STEM. What is STEM? Templeton?
Science, technology.
Please wait. Okay. Pass it on to me.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
You got that right. All right. You're just like Ashley Garcia. Nicely done. Aisha, go red.
Okay. Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, Mr. Z, no matter what you ask me, I know science just like the back of my what? Tulip Grove.
Hand.
Hand. I know it like the back of my hand. Yes, indeed. Oh, that buzzer has rung, and it was a nail biter. It looks like by 5 points, Templeton has done it. We'll double check that score and be back with you in just a moment. Don't go away. Wow, the game was slow there for a while, but then it really picked up and it was back and forth like a tennis match. That just shows you the level of skill of these young people here. They never gave up. Not only are they great students, they are great sportsmen. They've been congratulating each other up here. That's what we love to see. Our final tally today is Tulip Grove 145, Templeton 150. Congratulations. Let's have a hand for Aisha, Cassier, and Dalton, Miss Piper, and Miss Harris. Miss Lynch, their wonderful sponsor there. You have a matching shirt. You're all wearing those matching shirts there. And would you wave, please, our other alternates up there? Where is Wisdom and Macau and Oliver in matching lab coats as well? Congratulations. And let's have a round of applause for that Tulip Grove team. Fallon and Jerome and Addison and Julia is up there. And who else is back there? We've got Elizabeth, Mr. Allen, and the wonderful Jamie Witten, yes, from Tulip Grove, and all wearing matching shirts as well. Thank you, Ms. Coffin, and thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Till then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye.